It goes back very early that I became an advocate for social justice. My father was a Holocaust survivor, and so my house was dark, and we learned a lot about giving back to the community and repairing the world. Because I was raised an Orthodox Jew, and my father really taught me about giving. I really wanted to change the world because of what my family had gone through. So I remember when I was 5, a young African-American kid came to call for me. My mother said I couldn't go to school with her. And I remember rebelling and walking to school with her in the 1st grade. And then I marched with Martin Luther King 1962, before he marched in Washington. That was in Boston in the Civil Rights Movement. Social justice was part of my total fabric. It's what I teach, it's who I am. It's in the very DNA of the way I've been brought up. One day I was running a program in for high school students at Ithaca College, where I was before. Students asked to go to a prison as part of a tour. So we went on the tour, and there I met a warden, and I said, "What do you have in the way of education?" And he said, "Oh, a GED." And this was a key moment in my life. Like a fool, I said, "Well, would you like any education in prison?" And he said, "College education?" He said, "Of course." And so that began it. It was the mid-1990s. Being at the university and being in prison are really, there's a synchronicity to it. I believe in education. I'm a Holocaust survivor's kid. I'm a working class kid out of Lynn, Massachusetts. I was never expected to go far. And then here I am as a dean at a really fine university, and I'm thrilled that I have this opportunity. So one of my best stories is someone by the name of Harrison, who was in my class at Patton University, Prison University Project. Bright man, graduated, did very, very well. He was in prison because he committed murder, had been at Pelican Bay, had been in juvie, had really been a gangbanger. He has used self-help programs extensively. Ultimately, he was paroled just about 3 years ago. He's now finishing up his bachelor's degree in sociology at San Francisco State and applying for PhD programs. He speaks in my class, and he is articulate and humane, and the students are enthralled by his story because he's transformed. But the experience for me is more remarkable. I get far more than I give back in prison. I have no fear of them because they are humane, have changed their lives, and I believe that the public needs to know that, and we need to start rehabilitating and not just throwing away the key and locking people up.